Test. Perfect.
Test.
You're good.
Okay.
So, Fauna. This isn't necessarily the best music for the situation. However, this is the Fauna theme. So, Fauna, as you are prone on the ground, looking around, you feel something grab your waist, and then you blink away. You find yourself in this open dimension. You see 6 tendrils wrapped around you. You see the form of Kinnear standing in front of you. You pale in comparison to her size, to her raw power as you stand in her domain. The sky is orange. It looks like in Infinity War when Thanos is fighting Iron Man and all of those guys. It's got the orange sky. You're on the face of a planet, but you're floating. And she looks at you and she says, no, she doesn't even say anything. She just looks at you and she goes, you feel 5 of the tendrils, ping, 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 and one still wraps around you. She goes, witness. Your body is pulled into this portal, and you land. Honestly, you land in the grass. Make a perception check for me.
In the grass? Oh my god.
I am gonna add D&D and tell them if they don't have to leave, don't leave.
Okay.
Add D&D. If you don't have to leave, don't leave.
I got a 13. Not the best, but
You look around, and it's green grass. You're in a forest. You stand up and you put your hand on the bark. And your feet in the grass. It's warm. It's a warm Summer's Fest season. You hear behind you. Oh, no, actually, no. Sorry. You move through the forest a little bit. And you see this wide open space clearing in the forest. Yellow flowers that bloom everywhere. And you see herringons watering the flowers.
I have a
to
song request.
Okay.
Can you do I think it's in our DMs. It's
it's I got you.
Varuna Village Night.
Yeah, it's in here.
Day one's a little hype,
Okay.
So
It's in here
Night one might be
somewhere.
better.
It's gotta be at the bottom.
I think it's Varuna Village.
So I have Sumeru Village Day, and then I have Vimari Village.
Yes,
Sumeru.
Vamari Village.
Oh wait, night. I see night right below
Yes,
it.
Vamari Village Night.
There we go.
Yes.
Uh,
This one's the true Fauna theme. It's not the village theme,
okay.
but the day one's the village theme. Whichever one you think is
There you
better.
go.
If you
This
want
works.
to. Okay.
This works.
Oh, I'm in it.
You see them all picking. I almost want to make it night, just because, but it's like a going on evening. As
Yeah.
they're picking
It's
flowers.
cool winds.
Yes.
Cool winds.
And you look around, and you see them all peacefully picking flowers. And you hear behind you, like, the sound of, like, someone skipping. And you hear, "It's beautiful, isn't it?" And you turn around, you see a herringon girl, light gray fur, bunny ears that flop down behind. She's wearing a white sundress with, like, it's got the puff on the shoulders, and she's got like it's a polka dot dress, so it's white, but it's got red polka dots and yellow, and she's got a basket in her hand around here, and she goes, "Isn't it?"
Fauna's gonna touch herself and make sure she's alive still.
You're alive. You're alive. You watch as a Herringon behind her walks towards you guys, basket in hand, him and his wife, and they just sort of pass through you.
God.
Well, this is awkward. Fauna? I'm Fauna. She holds her hand out for a handshake. I'm you. But this is a, and you hear, okay, right, no lock in. You hear, how do we'll work on it through this. Fauna. And you turn and you see your grandfather walking through the grass, and the Fauna you're looking at looks past. You turn around and then you hear behind you guys, what would you call your grandpa?
What would I call my grandpa? He was the shaman. I call him. I think I'd call him something like. Wait.
I'm like emotional. Actually,
I
this music's
know,
crazy.
dude. Let's see here. So I think it would be I think it would just be I think she'd just say Grandy or Granddad.
Grandy? Okay.
So the Grandy or Granddad.
She says, you hear, Fauna, and you hear, Grandy. As between you, another version similar to the one that's talking to you of Fauna runs through and gives him a hug and goes, oh, no, don't hurt me bad back. Come on.
And they're the same age as me?
They're the same age as you, all three of you. She goes, yeah, Fauna, this is one of your possibilities. A place in time where no one left us. Everybody was still here. And you hear your grandfather say, now come on, let's get you inside. We don't want your mother to beat me to death again. And you walk and she goes, come on. She goes skipping through the flowers.
Fauna kind of doesn't go. I think at the sound of mother, she kind of hesitates.
She stops and she looks and she says, come on.
Is it okay?
Why wouldn't it be? Mother loves us. Come on. I won't hurt you.
Take the hand.
She takes your hand and you feel it, and she skips with you. And as you walk behind your mother or your grandfather, you hear, what would you call your mother? I guess you wouldn't know. I guess it's up to you.
Yeah, I've never called
So you hear
my mother.
You hear, we'll say, let's just go with Mama. Actually, technically, you hear, let's just say for the purposes of this, I was gonna give Fauna an Irish accent because she would have never left, but we'll just say, but actually we'll say,
it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, I'll say everyone's just speaking in
Herringon.
In Herringon.
Yeah, it's like the
Yes, exactly.
the Liam thing.
Exactly. And so your grandfather talks like this, or it talks like this.
Yeah.
But you go and you see a woman. What's it called? Floppy Herringon ears.
Oh my god, this will be the first time I've ever seen her, bro.
Yes. She, I Thank goodness you were the first one to give me your D&D character. You see 5'4", a light beige fur, big blue eyes, a brown stiff dress with a green apron on the front, as a mother would. The sleeves rolled up, and her bare arms showing. A brown belt that holds it all together. High, back-length ears. As she reaches down and she grabs the real Fauna from this timeline. To which, she grabs hold and says, "Oh, my baby, where have you been all day?" And the timeline Fauna says, "I'm sorry, me and Lupus went to the river and we got sidetracked and carried away. Don't I tell you guys every time not to do that? What could happen if something gets you? It's okay, Mom. We'll never leave here anyway. This is where we're safe, protected, and Lupus was there to protect me." "That's right, Mom. I'd never let her get hurt." As behind you, you see a Harengon. 5'10", slender. Actually got a little bit of meat on his bones. White fur, bright yellow eyes, long ears that droop down to his back, tan pants that stopped short and showed his feet. A white long sleeve cotton baggy shirt with a bag over a coat, some white wool around the neck, a blue scarf that he takes off and wraps around Fauna's neck. "You know I would never let anything happen to her, Mom. I swear." And Fauna, "See, Mom? So, how could I raise such beautiful kids?" She gives them 2 big hugs. And the Fauna that's next to you says to you, "No one ever left. No one ever left the village. Nothing substantial ever happened. And everybody had each other. Lupus never became obsessed with trying to prove himself because Mom left. You never had to leave because Lupus and everything. Grandpa never passed, so he was an anchor, and Dad, well, kids." You see a gray Harengon. He's got droopy ears. Actually, I don't know if I ever thought about this. I think his ears stand up. He has this tan buttoned up shirt that opens up at the front, fur around the back. He's got this large backpack on that's stuffed to the brim. On the top is a lot of like logs that are stacked. And he comes up and he says, and they both go, "Dad! Daddy!" And they both give him a hug. He goes, "Oh!" And he falls over and they go tumbling. "Oh, stop. How are you guys doing? I heard that you've been giving your mom a headache." To which the mom, Lily, says, "Addie, they went out by the lake again." Says, "Stop. What's gonna be? Lysec? Huh? We have the gnomes and the elves to keep us safe. There's nothing wrong. I say they explore. As long as they don't go too far out of the village, I think everything's fine." He walks past and just looks at you, but through you. He says, "The world's a dangerous place, but we're here for him. I don't think that there's anything on the opposite side that could possibly hurt them. I will never let anything happen to them. I know I may not be the strongest. I may not be the most protective. I may not be the strongest. I may not be the most, I guess protective works. Most protective over them. I let them be free, but I will never, ever let anything happen to Fauna or Lupus. I promise. Not as long as I'm around."
Fauna reaches out her hand and tries to say some word she's really never said before. She goes,
The lake is beautiful, this time of year especially. I say let them be free and roam. They'll always remember where home is, so what does it even matter? And there's some more kids. Look at them. Lupus has been reading his books, and his grandfather, or your dad, has been homing down on him, but at least he loves it. And Fauna, oh, Fauna. She's been roaming around, exploring. Everybody loves her. I think she might be next over you, Gramps. And your grandfather looks to them and says, oh, no. It's gonna be you two. Honestly, I don't even know where this goes from here. I just want it to be protected. Sometimes I wonder if isolation isn't good enough. Or if it's not right. Maybe the village should open. But I'll selfishly leave it up to you two. He points towards Atticus and Lily. And then you can decide whether you pass it on to Lupus and Fauna or not. As long as the love stays in the family. And the group bring each other together. As Lily says, alright, you all. Let's have our early supper. It's getting late. To look up and but the sun's just setting. Fauna? Okay, Mom. Lupus says, can I do some last minute studying, Mom? She looks to the sun. Make it quick, okay? Thank you. Gives him a hug. And the two, Fauna and Lupus, go running off. To which Atticus and Lily hold hands and hug. He gives her a kiss on her forehead. Begins to cry a little bit. He's like, you're such a big baby. Stop. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I just can't believe I've been so blessed to have such beautiful kids. I can never tell them enough how much I loved it. Everything pauses. Fauna looks to you and says, yeah, this is what it would be like if everything was perfect, wouldn't it? Not have to worry about finding a purpose or any of that. Everything's just perfect. I know. I wish it was us too. You look up and you see an exact copy of yourself that looks back at you. It's okay.
Why couldn't it have been us?
Because we're meant for so much more, Fauna. We have to have all this horrible, horrible stuff happen. Just so we can make a better day for others. Hopefully, maybe one day we can get it back to this.
I don't think we can, but
I don't believe it either. But you see her bottom begin to, her legs begin to fade away. I guess we're out of time.
No, it could just be us. We don't need it. I just want someone.
You have so many, Fauna. Just look around you. And they all care for you. For us. For you. You can do it. All you have to do is make it out of this cave.
Oh, go.
Fauna. I'm right here. And she puts her finger on your chest as the world around you begins to flake away like a tornado.
Fauna tries to grab it.
And you are hurled back to the moment, prone on the ground. And that's where we're going to end your session.
Shit, Fauna's dying, bro. Fauna should have died, bro. Fauna just saw something worse than death, bro. Literally worse than death.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey,
So
bro. I pray that Arthur makes it through his.
you'll see. If he stays around, you'll see. Who's next?
Oh my god.
Go ahead and bring.
Scheiße.
Uh.
Oh my god.
Obviously I'll say this for everybody, but I know
Hmm.
you won't. Don't tell anyone what happened here today. You can say your emotions, how it felt to you. Don't tell
Mhm.
them exactly what happened. Don't tell them anything about time or anything. But
Yeah.
can you please send in with one higher than you? Can you send in Logan?
I just want real quick if
Mhm.
I could shake your hand,
Of course, there we
dude.
go.
It's been over a year since I made this character and
Uh-huh.
sent it to you, and to even just to see a glimpse before if Fauna ever dies, just to see that glimpse, bro. You did that so good, bro.
Hopefully she
I
lives, and we can keep it going.
should have given her an Irish accent.
Well, everyone
Should
else,
have done it.
everyone else will have an Irish accent if
When
they
they're
ever show up.
speaking in Herringun, she'll have an Irish accent.
There we go.
It's the
Perfect.
reverse.
The
Liam.
reverse. Perfect.
The reverse.
All right. Can
All
you
right,
send in Logan?
Send in Logan.
All right.
Thank you,
Of
sir.
course. Of course.